We have now secret police in the United States who are answerable only to the president and who are ignoring the laws and the Constitution. U.S. citizens in Los Angeles are speaking out now that the Marines have left. It's just a remarkable story Sam Levin wrote for The Guardian. I just have to share with you verbatim a couple of paragraphs because it's just so vivid. He writes, as two masked men dragged her into an unmarked SUV, Andrea Valz tried to focus on details she might later remember. One man's red shirt, the car's leather seats, a black backpack inside. At 9:20 a.m. on 24 June in downtown Los Angeles, the 32-year-old U.S. citizen was heading into work at a footwear company when men in gator masks jumped out of their car and started chasing vendors and other people on the street, she recalled. As people fled, Valz froze and held on to her bag. Suddenly, she recalled, one of the men slammed her to the ground and then placed her into his car. The men had police vests, but otherwise were in plain clothes and didn't identify themselves. She didn't know why they had taken her. Well, it turned out these were ICE officers. Valz is a U.S. citizen who was born and grew up in Los Angeles, in downtown Los Angeles, not far actually from where the incident happened. And she said in her first interview since the arrest, she told The Guardian, quote, they just came out ready to attack anyone. I thought they were kidnapping me. A day after her arrest, she was charged with assaulting an officer. This is a 20-year felony, and which is a pretty shocking claim to her. She's only 4'11", and she doesn't recall putting a hand on anyone. But these guys are aggressively jailing people. They're prosecuting protesters. They're going after civilians who film or even just object to ICE arrests. They're trying to nail bystanders. I mean, this is a full-on intimidation effort. Before her arrest, Valz was not protesting against ICE. She was simply walking to work. She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. She's a university graduate, longtime LA resident. She said her mother and her sister had dropped her off by the office just as the ICE officers were arriving. This is just wild stuff. She says Valz and Luis Hipólito, a 23-year-old man later charged as her co-defendant, were taken to a parking structure. A video of his arrest was later published by the LA Times showing 4 agents had aggressively detained him by piling on top of him and spraying his face with pepper spray. As the two waited to be processed, Valz said his face was swollen, he was having trouble seeing, his shirt was bloody, and he appeared to be convulsing and hyperventilating. His requests for medical attention were initially denied, she said. He was in pain, but they said, it's no big deal, you'll get over it, is what she told the reporter. He tried to comfort her. He was trying to make me feel safe, she said. Eventually, he was taken away in an ambulance. Later, she said officers forced her to pose for a photo where several of them stood in a line holding her with their backs to the camera, an unusual mugshot setup that has since become commonplace for DHS press releases and X.com posts. They make it seem like we're really the criminals, the worst of the worst, when we're just regular people, she said. She was put in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Again, this is a U.S. citizen, just walking to work. The downtown federal jail that has become the site of the protests. And she says there other incarcerated women took care of her. Staff did not give her water, and she learned from other residents that she had to buy a cup. But having been detained just hours before, she had no money on her account, so she couldn't buy utensils to eat. One woman on her way out donated her cup and spork to Valz. After 2 nights in jail, she was brought to court on the assault charges. This is just crazy. What is going on here? She says she was stunned by the allegations. One of the officers alleged that she, quote, stepped into his path and extended one of her arms in an apparent effort to prevent him from apprehending the male, and that it was so abrupt he could not stop his momentum, and her arm struck him in the face. She says, I never hit anyone. I never hurt anyone ever. Everybody who knows me knows I'm the kind of person I am. I'm quiet, reserved, always doing the right thing, always following rules. 16 days after her arrest, the Justice Department dismissed the charges against her. Because she had requested body-worn footage, body camera footage, and witness statements. She says, I never got them. They told me they didn't have the evidence they needed, and this was a false and unlawful arrest. It was shocking and disgusting. I mean, it just goes on. We have now secret police in the United States who are answerable only to the president and who are ignoring the laws and the Constitution and the basic rules of civilized society. Why are they hiding their faces? Because they know what they're doing is wrong. This is not how you conduct a democracy. This is not how you run a country that is supposed to be a democratic republic.